Hello, and welcome to 10 Affordable Strategies to Land More Clients Now. Today, we're going to be talking about the theory of building know, like, and trust. But before we dive into our topic for today, I just want to tell you a little bit more about me. So, hello, my name is Corey Fonville Foster, and I am a speaker, a trainer, a certified business coach, and I'm also the CEO and founder of iRock Marketable Business Solutions. We are based in Virginia, USA, and our goal is to help small business owners just like yourselves learn to monetize your passion. We do this through helping you gain clarity on what it is you want to offer, your products, your services. We also help you confidently find and engage with your target audience. And then after that, we help you move forward with your marketing and your sales plans and do that consistently with confidence because our goal, our aim is to help you live life on your own terms because we know you're already an expert. We just want to help you show the world just that. So, a little bit more about us, because I think it's really important that you understand where we came from to know where we're going, but also to know where we hope to help our clients go as well. So, I like to tell people who are just getting to know me that I got into business in a very non traditional way, meaning I didn't get into business because I have a business degree. I didn't get into business because I had any other degree that I then moved into like a private practice or anything like that. I actually have a background in the medical field, a place where I enjoyed working. I flourished in that environment, but due to a rare eye condition, I was forced to leave my work, leave school, and basically go on disability. And through that journey, I realized that that wasn't the end for me, right? And some of you may be saying, yeah, that's how I'm in that space right now. But yeah, that wasn't the end for me. I then decided to tackle the world of entrepreneurship. I had no idea what I was doing. I jumped in. 10 toes down and started my first business, which was called iRock Mind, Body, and Soul. And we were product based. So I was making handmade soaps, body butters, salves, bath bombs, all the things to make you just feel really good about yourself. And I did that for a while and it was very enjoyable and it was a lucrative business. However, while I was doing like vendor events and things like that, I would go around and talk to the amazing other people that were there. And I would ask them, like, oh, tell me more about your products. How did you get started? How is business going when we're not here at these vending events? And I started realizing that there was a gap in the market. So many amazing entrepreneurs would be vendors, but they didn't know how to sell their product to the masses. They didn't know how to effectively market and sell so that they weren't just making money on a Saturday, Sunday here, Saturday, Sunday there. And so I dived headfirst into learning all I could about small business marketing and sales. Fast forward quite some time, iRock Marketable Business Solution was founded. And I'm so excited because we've been able to help small business owners from coast to coast into Canada and even having some clients now in Europe. So I am so proud of us. It has been a journey, but this is why the foundation of our business is surrounded by the idea of affordability. Because if there weren't affordable options for me, I would not have been able to start my business. If there wasn't someone willing to give me strategies and not gatekeep all the information, I would not have been able to start and scale my small business. So our goal for this year is that we aim to support 100 small business owners reach their 2023 business goals and find success. And I always say find success, and I don't put my own definition of success on it because I want you to define what success means to you. And our goal at iRock is to help you achieve just that. So, if you're new to the iRock family, welcome. You are now a rock star. That is what we call our community, because our motto is that I rock, you rock, we all rock, which means that if I know that I can do this and I can be successful, then you should know you can be successful. And guess what? We need to find everybody else around us and bring them up too, because we all can live amazing, fruitful, fulfilled lives and monetize our passion while we're at it. So, just a little bit of information about the rock stars. If you engage with us on social media, blogs, podcasts, or any of our free things out in the internet universe, you are a rock star. If you go to any of our free events, just like you're doing right now, welcome to this webinar, you're now a rock star plus. So give yourself a hand. Our next level up is our A-list stars, and those are people who decide to invest in either going to a paid event or any of our on-demand courses. Then we have our all-stars who join in our group coaching or they are marketing clients. And then our top tier clients are our elite stars, and they are our one-on-one clients who work with us in a very intimate setting over a specific amount of time. And we really can dive deep and focus on their specific goals and make sure they're achieving them. So, what are you going to learn from this webinar? Because that's what you're here for, right? I know you're like, okay, I get it. I know who you are, but what are you going to teach me? Well, let's talk about that. Today, what our goal is to help you develop a strategic plan for building know, like, and trust with your target audience in order to attract, nurture, and land paid clients. We want you to be able to identify and implement affordable strategies for targeting and connecting with your ideal audience. We want you to understand the importance of consistency and persistence in building relationships with potential clients, right? Because in today's competitive market, small business owners like coaches and consultants need to build strong online presence and establish themselves as thought leaders in their industry in order to attract, nurture, and land paid clients. But how can you achieve this, right? I really feel like it all comes down to this idea of know, like, and trust. And I didn't invent this, but I definitely teach it to all my clients. In order for potential customers to work with you, they need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. Simple as that. This process takes time and consistency. One thing I tell my clients is business is not a sprint, it is definitely a marathon, and it requires a strategic approach to building relationships with your audience. But the payoff is worth it, I really do believe, if you put in the work. By focusing on this know, like, and trust model, you can build a loyal customer base that will drive your business forward. Now, it's important to remember that this is a numbers game. I like to be frank and upfront. This is a numbers game. Not every potential customer will, or I shouldn't even say customer, every potential customer will convert into a paid client. And it may take multiple exposure of your potential audience to see your brand before they decide to, in fact, do business with you. Matter of fact, studies have shown that it can take 7 to 10 times of just somebody seeing your business in different platforms before they even will consider, right? Consider doing business with you. The good news is that there are affordable strategies you can use to attract, nurture, and land paid clients. In this presentation, I'll share 10 strategies that are being used by my clients, my real clients, and myself today. These are strategies that you can implement now to start building your know, like, and trust factor and to grow your business over time. So let's dive in and explore how you can achieve your business goals through these proven strategies. All right, so let's start with number 1. Creating a strong online presence. This involves building a website and creating social media accounts to promote your brand and connect with your audience. This will allow you to use things like SEO, which is search engine search engine optimization, to help your different URLs rank higher in search engines. Let's break that down a little bit. First, let's talk about building a professional website. Building a professional website that reflects your brand and provides value to your target audience ensures that your website, you have to really ensure that your website is easy to navigate, it's visually appealing, and it's mobile friendly. We have to remember that this day and age, a lot of people are consuming their electronic content through their smartphones versus a desktop or a laptop. So definitely make sure it's mobile friendly. You can also include a clear call to action and contact information on your website to encourage visitors to take action and get in touch. I think this is one of the things people miss the most are call to actions. People don't know what you want them to do next, right? You think they do because you have a plan in your head, but they don't know what to do. So having a simple call to action to say, hey, this is the next step, hit this button, let's get started, will help drive people to the next phase of their journey with you. Next, think about creating social media accounts. If you haven't done so already, set up accounts on platforms where your target audience spends their time. This includes platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, and all the new stuff that's coming down the pipeline. And before you get overwhelmed, I always tell my clients, if nothing else, pick two platforms. Pick the platform that you like the most because you're more likely to be engaged on it. And then pick a platform that your target audience engages with the most so that you can connect with them there. Use these platforms to share valuable content. Make sure it's engaging so that your audience will connect to it and build your brand's visibility, right? Because if you're not seen, people won't know to purchase, anything from you. You want to optimize those social media profiles by including things like relevant keywords, a clear description of your business, and a link to your website or a link tree, depending on which platform you're using. Also, use a lot of visually appealing graphics, images that reflect your brand. I always tell people make sure you're on brand. If nothing else, at least be in brand colors. I get some of these things might be like, I don't have time for all that. Be in your brand colors. That's not too hard. Also, make sure you engage with your audience on social media by responding to comments, asking questions, and sharing valuable insights. This helps build relationships with your audience and establish yourself, again, as that thought leader. You want to be known as the expert. But how do they know you know what you're talking about? You're just posting a picture of yourself drinking coffee. Well, that doesn't help them. So make sure you're being engaging, and also the algorithm will reward you for being more engaged on a platform. If you're just posting, like you're using a scheduling tool, we'll talk more about that later, then the algorithm is like, oh, you're not really engaged on this platform, we're not going to send people your way. So make sure you are engaging not just on your content, but in other content as well, checking in, reading other people's posts, liking, following, sharing, all the things. You have to be fully engaged. That's why I said if you only have, if you only can do two, then just, pick those two. Use SEO to rank higher on search engines to optimize your website and content. This includes things again like using relevant keywords, optimizing meta tags and descriptions, and creating high quality content that is valuable and engaging to your audience. This is another mistake I see a lot of people do. They put out content for the sake of putting out content, but it needs to be of value and it needs to be engaging. People have very short attention spans these days. And if you're not putting out content that is engaging, you're going to lose your audience. So let's talk about number two, identifying and engaging with your niche communities. So identify and engage with niche communities related to your products and services. This can be done through social media, forums, or online groups where you can share your expertise. Again, be engaged, answer questions, and provide value to the community. By doing so, you can attract potential customers who are interested in your niche. People are like, how do I get with my target audience? Well, you go find them where they are. That's the key. Go find them. They're there, and then connect with them and start having some conversation. So let's dive deeper into this. Researching niche communities is going to be your first step. Use social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to search for groups or communities related to what you already do. So, for instance, I work with a lot of coaches and consultants. I am a member of many, many, many coaching and consulting and small business groups because that is where my target audience resides. You want to join and engage with those communities. Once you have identified a relevant community, you can join and start engaging with members by sharing valuable content, answering questions, and providing helpful insights. Did I say go into those communities and just share your links constantly? Absolutely not. I did not say that. You're going to be engaging, you're going to be organic, you're going to be authentic. People have a tendency to basically gripe and moan about the issues they're having, the struggles they're having, but that is the information you need. When you see somebody complaining about a problem you solve, that's when you say, hey, I hear you. I resonate with this. I can support you. These are organic conversations. I think people think too hard about this and they think everything has to be pretty and polished, but people want to connect. Remember, we're trying to build that know, like, and trust. So by responding and commenting, they're starting to see you, they know you. By hearing that you're putting out great content and answering questions and you have great advice, they like you. And then when they see that the things you're saying make sense and they pay off, they trust you, right? You're already building that rapport. You're going to build relationships with potential customers by engaging with members in that community. You can build relationships, again, like I said, sending posts, DMing them, posting yourself, being vulnerable, sharing your story, all of those things. And you can see if they're interested in your products and services. Encourage community members to share. That's important too. Like, hey, you can ask a question. Hey, is anybody else dealing with this? Or has anybody else tackled that? because if it's related to your products or services, it's going to help you more effectively network with them. And again, get them to become potential customers. All right, number three, you're going to create an engaging lead magnet that provides valuable information or solutions to your target audience. If for those of you who don't know, a lead magnet is basically an incentive or offer that is used to attract potential customers and encourage them to provide their contact information. So you're giving them something for free or low cost in exchange for their contact information, their name, their phone number, their email, and even some information that would help you close deals. So some people will say, like for instance, if you're trying to get a new coach, they'll say, okay, do you currently have a coach? How much are you currently making in your business? Or, where are you on this journey to solving this problem? Because it'll aid you as the entrepreneur in knowing more pertinent information about that potential client. It can be in the form of things like ebooks, white pages, checklists, templates, guides, or something like this webinar. You just want to make sure that whatever you create addresses a specific pain point or solves a problem for your target audience. So let's break this down. I want to give you a few strategies in this category. Number one, I want you to identify your target audience's pain points first. This is the big one, because if you don't know what they're struggling with, you're not going to know how to help them solve it. Because remember, we have to have one solve at least in the lead magnet. So again, identify the target audience's pain points and challenges by conducting market research, surveys, or interviews. This helps you to understand what your audience needs and what solutions they are looking for. Stop guessing. Just stop guessing. It's taking up a lot of your time and you're probably wrong. Ask them what they need and then create that for them. It's nothing worse than someone making something that no one asked for. You're going to create valuable and relevant content based on the research you just conducted, then create a valuable and relevant piece of content that addresses that pain point and offer a solution. This can be in many forms. Again, like we said, you could, whatever you like. If you like doing infographics, guides, templates, webinars, whatever the case may be, but it needs to be something that is not going to cost you a lot to make or to distribute. And it should be something that's passive, right? Lead magnet should not be taking up a lot of your time because you're not getting paid for these things or not getting paid a lot. So low investment, low risk for your audience. You're going to make sure that you design a visually appealing lead magnet that is easy to read and understand. Use attractive graphics, colors, and fonts to make it visibly appealing and easy to navigate. Don't make it super crazy or confusing. If you're doing like an infographic, make sure it's very easy to go through. Because again, if it doesn't have the solve, you haven't built that trust factor with that person, because they went to whatever you produced. They've given you their information, right? That's highly protected information. They've given you their phone number, their email address, their name, and in exchange, you give them this PDF that they can't understand or make heads or tails of. They no longer are interested in working with you. You have lost that potential client. Make sure that you create a compelling call to action that encourages potential customers to download whatever the lead magnet is, or go to it, watch it in its entirety, do whatever the steps are. Make sure you're using persuasive language and highlight the benefits of the lead magnet to motivate potential clients to actually take action to get it. Promote the lead magnet through whatever channels you're using. That could be your social media, if you have an email list, or even if you want to do some paid advertisement. All of these are great ways to get the lead magnet into the hands of your target audience. And I will put a little caveat in there as well. Not only do you want a call to action to get them into the lead magnet, but make sure you have a strong call to action at the end of the lead magnet to then get them to, whether it's book a call with you, buy a course, whatever the next step is. Because remember, we are making sure we tell people where we want them to go. All right, number four. Number four is really great. People, especially if they're newer into business, they struggle with this app because they're like, I don't have any emails. But it's okay. It's okay. That lead magnet will help you generate emails, and the other things like getting on social media and engaging with people will also help you get emails. So no worries. By the time you get to step 4, you should have at least a few emails. All right. So using email marketing, we're going to ask you to leverage email marketing to nurture leads by creating targeted email campaigns that provide valuable content and promotional offers. Now, I'm going to give you some strategies for email marketing, but realize depending on who your target audience is, depending on what the offer is that you're doing, will depend on what types of emails and the frequency in which you send those emails out. So just keep that in mind. So, firstly, I want you to build a targeted email list by offering valuable content or promotions in exchange for contact information. That's like our lead magnet. You can also segment these email lists based on your audience's demographics, the interests, behaviors. Sometimes I'll segment it based on the way in which they got into my email list. So, I have people who come in through our private community, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. We have people who come in through face to face events. We have people who come in through different lead magnets, etc. And so I like to put, and the system I use is called tags, but segmenting those audiences so that I can see how people are engaging with me and what they came looking for, because that helps me better target what emails I need to send them in the future. Once you have people in the email list, you want to create valuable content. It's all about creating things of value to your audience. These pieces of content need to provide solutions to your target audience's pain points and challenges. This includes educational content such as maybe blog posts, ebooks, again, white pages, any promotional offers, discounts, testimonials, even past videos, letting them know when you're going live, just things that they need to know about what your business is doing and how you can support them. Make sure you design visually appealing email templates. You don't have to go too crazy, but I like people to use different softwares that allow them to easily edit things like just having your logo, have it in your brand colors, adding call to action buttons versus just raw links. It just looks nicer, it looks cleaner, it looks more professional. I want you to automate these email campaigns by using email automation tools to schedule and automate. When I was first started my business, I did use MailChimp, and I still have clients that use that today. When I moved further along in my business, I really fell in love with GetResponse. I felt it was a very affordable tool. And then now I actually use Kajabi, which is an all-in-one, but I use it for all of my email marketing. Now, you don't have to use the platforms I suggest, but just find a platform that works for you, that's in your price range, that can help you be consistent with your email marketing. And if you are a part of our private community, again, I'll talk about that more in a moment. We actually have in our guide section my affordable resources list that lets you know what other platforms that I suggest that are budget friendly, because that's what we're about here. And then once you are sending out these emails, I want you to track and analyze your email campaigns. I want you to look at the metrics such as your open rates, click through rates, bounce rates, conversion rates. This will help you identify areas for improvement and optimize your email campaigns for better results. I don't want you to make it and then forget it, because that's not going to help you. Nobody hits it out the park every time, right? You really need to take the time to put something out, look at it, tweak it, make it better, put it back out, look at it, tweak it, put it back out, so that you have a really good product that can run passively without you having to be constantly on it. And make sure you personalize the personalize the email content by including things like the subscriber's name. And I'll be honest, guys, in most platforms, they have a little cheat code, I'll call it, for how to do that. If you can add things like locations or other relevant information to make the content more relevant and engaging to your audience, that would be great. Also, make sure you use dynamic content to show different content to different subscribers, again, based on their interests, because you may do multiple things and you don't want to be sending one thing to one group of people and they actually came to you for something totally different. And I'll give you a real example. So I am a business coach, but I also speak, right? And I have corporate clients. When it comes to those individuals, I don't want to be sending them, like the corporate clients, for instance, I don't want to be sending them the things I send to my one-on-one clients, my coaching clients. Those offerings are going to be different. The solutions that I'm talking about are going to be different. They have different problems and struggles. And so by having, again, that email list segmented, it can help me as I put out valuable content, make sure that I'm not sending things that people aren't interested in into their inbox. So that's a sure way to get them to unsubscribe. All right, so let's talk about this private community. So at iRock, look in the iRock fam. If you're new to us, you may not know this, but we do have a private Facebook community that's full of small business owners, coaches, consultants, speakers, and authors. And this is where people can have a safe space to learn. We put out lots of valuable content. And they're the first to know everything. We have promotions. If we have events, they are our tribe. They're our rock stars. And so I definitely encourage you to check it out. There's a lot of resources there. We do free trainings in that group every single week, and I do pop-up events. We have master classes in there. We do so much cool stuff. And the thing that I think makes the group pretty cool, if I don't say so myself, is the fact that I want people to network. We're not gatekeeping. We have everyone in the group is allowed to network. You're allowed to share links every single Sunday. Throughout the week, you still can post. You just don't share links so that people aren't getting bombarded with sales, right? I don't want people inundated with sales so that they don't like the group. But every single week, anybody that's in the group has the right to post links and tell people about what they offer and things of that nature. So let's talk about you building your private community for your target audience to help them connect, share ideas, and access exclusive content. This helps to build relationships and trust within your audience, not just trust for them to you or you to them, but also their community, because everybody wants to be a part of a community. Now, when it comes to your private community, I want you to find the purpose and objectives first. What are the purpose and objectives of the private community? This can include things like identifying the needs and interests of the target audience, defining the community's goals, and deciding what kind of content and activities the community will offer. So that is really important. You need to be clear. Like that's why I said in our community, we know we're there to train, we're there to network, we're there to support. That's what the community is for. We have guidelines and rules, and when people come in, they have to mark that they will adhere to the rules before they're even allowed entry. I want you to make sure you're choosing the right platform for you and your audience. You have to make sure that the platform is suitable for your community so that they actually show up and they stay connected. Popular options for private communities are things like Facebook groups, which I love, Slack, I've been on some of those as well, Discord, and different other community platforms such as Mighty Networks or Circle. Consider factors such as what is going to be the ease of use for you for you because you got to be very active in it, but also for your audience. What are the privacy features? So in our Facebook group, and when I talk to my clients and I tell them to make a Facebook group, we always make the group private but public, meaning only the people in the group can see the content, but the public can find the group and ask to be a part. I find that that's the best method. Now, if you're on a different platform, then you'll have to look at what those options are, but just make sure that you're protecting the privacy of the people in your group. And also because it's private, that means you can better say, okay, who's in this group? Make sure you're keeping it safe and keeping it in a place that people want to be. You want to have I'm telling you now, you want to have a good hold on who you do allow in the space, because one person can really ruin the feel and the camaraderie that you've built. All right, I want you to create valuable content again. And I'm going to keep saying that because the whole point of this, guys, remember that know, like, and trust is to show them that you are an expert. So are you putting in articles or blogs or telling them about webinars? Do you have a podcast? Are you having podcast appearances? Are you putting videos, whether they're live or pre-recorded? Are you giving them extra resources like ebooks, guides, templates? These are things that will make your community more valuable to your audience. I want you to really strive to foster engagement. Encourage community members to engage with each other by providing discussion prompts. You can run polls or even host events. We do a iRock Masterclass once to twice a month where our members can come into like a Zoom room. So they leave Facebook, they get into a Zoom room, and they get to talk to experts from all over on various topics and get hands-on support, which is really cool. And they get it for free. That's one of the projects I'm super proud of. It was a brainchild of mine for a while, and I'm really glad that people are able to now experience my network of amazing people. I've been in touch with business folks that have been doing this thing for a long time and doing it well. They're able to access their knowledge now through those master classes. I want you to facilitate discussions and answer questions to keep the conversation going. You will have to actively be in this. Don't think again that you're going to make it and disappear. Ensure that the community is a safe and inclusive space where members feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas. And again, you can have parameters around it. I'll be honest, I definitely have been somebody who will slide in a DM and say, hey, saw you posted this, just want to remind you of the rules. No worries, you may not have meant it this way, but if it happens again, we'll have to, take some action. Offer exclusive benefits to your community. Like I said, my community is usually the first to know things. They also get trainings that other people don't get. They get resources others don't get because they are rock stars. You want to make it the place that people want to be at. Something else that we've offered in the private community are what's called hot seat coaching sessions, where when they're engaged, they get rewarded by being put in a raffle to get free coaching, which who doesn't want that? Create a code of conduct. So like I said before, we have rules. When someone tries to join our group, it immediately asks them several questions and then asks them, will they adhere to the rules? This gives me peace of mind, just to be honest, guys, that people understand what the expectations are. And then I don't have to feel bad if I have to remove someone, because I will. You want to promote the community through various channels. Again, your social media, your email marketing. Again, if you want to do paid advertising, hey, I've been talking about it here on this webinar with you guys. At every opportunity you can, get people into your private community, because I'll be honest, that's the place where I nurture the most leads that then turn into high ticket paid clients, because they're getting the most for free. Number 6, I want you to start hosting some webinars and online events. Especially if you are a newer business owner, you may say, okay, well, I really want to get more exposure, or I want to connect with more people. Well, events are a great way to do that, because people get to hear you, see you, and you're getting to solve individuals' problems. And it kind of, especially if you're a coach or consultant, it gets them ready for what it would be like to work with you on a real basis, right? In a paid basis. So when it comes to hosting webinars and online events, the strategies that I want to share with you today involve creating educational and informative webinars or online events to engage with your particular target audience. And as always, provide them with value, insights, and solutions, because that's what all this is about. If you haven't gotten that theme, I don't know where you've been, but that's the idea. I want you to choose a relevant and engaging topic first. Make sure it is going to be something your target audience will want to hear. Make sure that it identifies clearly the pain points and challenges that your target audience is facing, and offer a solution, not a whole bunch, but a solutions or insight that can help them. As always, we're going to define that target audience, make sure we've niched down, we understand that client avatar, their demographics, their interests, their behaviors, their values, etc., because we want to tailor these talks, these events to them. You're going to promote the webinar online event through, again, all those channels: social media, email, advertisement, word of mouth. Make sure that your graphics are eye-catching, or if you're doing a video promotion, make sure they're eye-catching, you have crisp headlines, and that they really should resonate with your target audience. I tell my clients all the time, when it comes to marketing, you really want your audience to say, me too, versus so what. So when they scroll through their thousands upon thousands of posts on Facebook or Twitter, well, what you're putting out make them stop and say, ooh, now hold on, now that sounds like me, that sounds like what I'm going through, and have them want to click and learn more. Or is it something they're like, okay, and they slide on? That's the difference right there. Make sure you're choosing the right platform to host your event. Make sure it's, again, something you know how to work. So many people are like, oh, I saw this thing and it looked really cool. Yes, but can you afford it, and can you work it? Can you maintain it? Make sure you plan and prepare. You don't want to get up there stumbling all over your words constantly, having to, scroll through a ton of notes. You want to show up confidently, because this may be their first real exposure to you and your brand, and you really want to make a good impression. Make sure you're engaging with the audience. Encourage them to ask questions. Have polls. If you're using even things like Zoom or any other platform like that, you can have polls and surveys and questions. You can have Q&A sessions at the end. All those kinds of things where people can make sure that they completely understand the topic. And also it gives you an idea when you do it another time of things to include, because I'm telling you, the same questions come time and time again. If one person asked it, I always say then 3 people thought it. So make sure that you are really thinking about what people are asking so that you can make sure you're answering that maybe in the Q&A next time. You have it ahead of time, so they're like, okay, cool, I understand that. And then you make sure that at the end of that webinar event that you're giving them a call to action, telling them what are they to do next, and follow up with them. Now, number 7 is something I find a lot of entrepreneurs do not do. And I think because, especially in America, we live in a very competitive society. But I want you to stop that. Stop that. Collaboration is your friend, right? It is your friend. Team up with other businesses or influencers in your industry to reach a wider audience and build credibility. Identify potential collaborators or influencers that have maybe a similar target audience but have a complementary product or service. So not somebody who does exactly what you do, but somebody that does something maybe adjacent to what you do, that you can share a idea with, and maybe come up with maybe an event or a joint project, or maybe be on a podcast I can't talk today, with each other. I love podcast swaps. I'll say, hey, you come on my podcast, I'll go on yours, and we can build each other's communities that way. It's called cross pollination. Reach out to potential people you may be interested in collaborating with. You can do it through email, social media. Don't be afraid to slide into someone's DMs. It's fine. That's just how things work nowadays. Don't think you have to know them in order for you to ask for a collaboration. Just telling somebody, hey, I see what you're doing out here. I like it. Would love to have a chit chat with you to see how we could possibly collaborate. Telling you, works wonders. Keep it simple. Make sure you're offering value to whoever you are potentially going to collaborate with. There's nothing worse than feeling like somebody's trying to leech off of you, right? Because I'm not like, if people ask me to collaborate, I'm not necessarily worried about how big their email list is or how many people are following them. Like, new leads are new leads, whether it's small or big. But I am wondering, in my mind, is okay, what value do they bring to me and my audience? And what value can I bring to their audience? And if I can't find a value, then that's not going to be something that I want to pursue. So make sure you lead with value. How can you better serve their community? What do you have to offer? Don't go into it as like, hey, do this for me. Make sure you plan the collaboration together if at all possible, so that you both understand the goals and objectives of the collaboration and the plan for promoting it, follow up. If there's going to be any type of compensation, have that all settled up front. I'm gonna tell you now, have contracts, have contracts, have contracts. You're both gonna promote the collaboration again through all of your various channels that we've already talked about. And then you're going to speak. You're gonna do the thing, whatever it is. And then you're gonna follow up. Do not just do something and then let the leads die. Even if you say, for instance, you collaborate with somebody, they're having an event and they allow you to come and speak, right? And maybe they say, okay, you can put up a QR code, but you can't do like a hard sell. Well, that's great. But also a lot of, especially virtual events, they set up like Facebook groups ahead of time, where people can kind of talk about the excitement they have around the event. Go in there and engage too. Like, you don't necessarily have to have the registration or participant list to be able to follow up. Do what you got to do. Get in there, connect, follow up, be in the chat. I love seeing speakers stay around outside of their speaking spot so that they can connect with the audience, because that is a sure way to get leads too. Because I promise you, just like you want to talk to the audience, they've been sitting in the audience being like, oh, I wish I have a few minutes to talk to that person, ask them a question that was on my mind. So take advantage of any collaboration opportunities that, again, you can put value into and can be put value back into your audience as well. So number 8 is something I think is a tried and true thing. Now, I don't want you to constantly be undercutting yourself, but you may need to think about offering some limited time discounts and promotions. Like I told you before, in our private community, we do promotions. We have different promotions every single month to give people an opportunity to try things out. Some things will probably never be discounted, or heavily discounted, but it's nice to offer a little bit of a financial discount here and there to incentivize individuals to do business with you. Just make sure you're choosing the right offer that you're discounting. Again, don't take a product that's $10,000 and say, oh, for a limited time, it's $100. Like, first of all, I'm gonna say it was never $10,000, or was never worth $10,000, or that sounds crazy. Like, I don't think I would even bother that. That just sounds shady. So choose the right offer. Decide how much you want to discount it, or what the promotion is going to be, what it entails. Define how long the promotion is going to last. It shouldn't last forever. If it's a sale or promotion, it needs to have a definite start and end date. So be clear on that. Go ahead and promote the offer to your audience through all the different various platforms we've already discussed. Make sure that, as always, you're using persuasive language to communicate the value that this offer brings, right? It's not just about the sale. It's also like, hey, not only is this an amazing product, we're also going to put it on sale. And make sure that it has urgency in the text, right? The copy, which is the wording you're using. Make sure that there is something to urge them to take action now. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Going away soon. Will never be this low again, so that they act quickly to get that problem solved and go ahead and grab that product. Make sure you have clear terms and conditions. If you are product based, I don't service a lot of product based entrepreneurs anymore, but just make sure like refund policies are clear. Just like when you go to a store and they say, hey, if it's on clearance, you can't return it. If you're giving maybe a course for a discounted price, maybe they can't return the course, or the guarantee rule that maybe is usually on there is null and void. Just make sure the terms and conditions are clear before any monies are exchanged. And then follow up with customers to upsell. To ask them, hey, did you enjoy that product? Well, hey, we got something else that you might enjoy as well. So don't let that lead die just on that first investment. It's way easier to retain a client than it is to get a new client. So number 9, I want you to offer free consultations or strategy sessions or coffee chats or whatever you call it. Whatever your sales call is, because most people don't say, oh, it's a sales call. They find a cute little name. But whatever it is, I want you to offer some free ones. And just be simple about it. So something that we have different methods of this. For individuals who think they may want to collaborate with me, we call them coffee chats, because I want to be really clear that I'm not really trying to sell anything, but I want us to kind of chit chat like we'd be friends, having coffee, having tea, and see again, how can we be a value with each other? Like, what can we do to support one another? Now, if people are coming to me because they see me on like they're looking for marketing products or different things like that, oftentimes we just call it a consultation call. They're trying to buy a product. They're just booking a call to see how does it work, get more information, get clarity, decide if this is the right thing for them, and go ahead on. But then we also have strategy calls for our coaching clients, because typically in a strategy call, there's more of, okay, I hear what you're saying. I think that this program will be good for you because it can help you solve X, Y, and Z. This is what this will look like. And so whatever you call it, bottom line, offer them for free, but just make sure that they're structured. And we'll talk a little bit more about the structure in a moment. And also make sure there's a finite amount of time on it. So all of our little free chats are 30 minutes long, and they're going to last 30 minutes. Don't give them an hour. Don't try to solve all their problems. This is not a coaching call or a free consult, not saying like free in like the quick 30 minutes, but like you're not consulting and solving all their business problems, right? You're not giving them a free training session. This is just let's connect, let's see what your challenges are, let me see if I can support you, and if I can, this is what it would look like. So a few things to think about if you're not familiar with setting up basically your sales call is make sure you know who your audience is that you want on these calls. Promote it so people know that they exist. Be very clear about the expectations. I always tell people, hey, it's a 30-minute call. This is what we're going to do while we're in here. Is that okay with you? Are you ready? This is how we're going to do it. Plan and prepare for it. And I know you're thinking, like, how do I prepare for it? Do your research. A lot of times before people can book a call with my clients, they will, go to book the call, and it'll ask them some questions before they can, confirm their time and date. These questions aren't just for the heck of it. These questions are put in place so that we can gather the necessary information to streamline their call. We need to know their name, their business name, their social media links. Because again, I'm a business coach, so I want to know what you got going on in business. How much revenue are you currently making? How much revenue do you want to make? All these questions are important, because then I don't have to waste the little bit of precious time we have asking those during the call. And it also helps me better prepare for what I think more than likely you're going to need. You want to be very engaging with the customer, or potential customer, I should say, asking them questions, listening actively. You should be doing way more listening than talking, but with that being said, you should be in charge of the flow of the conversation. So there is a bit of a skill and an art to it, because you're like, well, if I'm listening, how am I directing? But I promise you it's possible. You really want to actively listen, because if you don't listen, you won't know how to respond, how to sympathize, how to understand where they're coming from, to offer them genuine perspective into how you can support them. Whether or not they sign on with you from that consultation call or not, I encourage you to follow up. The follow up could be in the form of a proposal and invoice. And the follow up could be in the form of an email or a phone call later, or sending them additional resources and materials to help them better make an informed decision. But I do want you to follow up, and they should be added to your email list to continue engaging with your brand. We have made it to 10, guys. Yay! The last tip I'm going to give you for an affordable strategy is to create a referral program. Word of mouth is so amazing. I love it. I love it. I don't know about you, but I really do. I love it immensely, because it allows people to hear from other people they already trust, to know that what I do is amazing, right? I could tell you I'm amazing, but if your best friend tells you I'm amazing, you're more than likely going to believe it and give me a chance. So, setting up a referral program is going to be a really good thing for your business if you don't already have one. The referral program will incentivize your current customers to refer new customers to your business. You can offer them discounts, freebies, and other rewards for successfully referring new business to you. This is going to be an affordable way to generate new leads and close deals, while also being rewarding for your current customers, and really create and foster a sense of loyalty. In order to create a referral program, as always, we start with our target audience. Who are we trying to target? Make sure you have clear terms and conditions around what your referral program is. I remember one year we did a incentive where, if they sent us a referral and they signed on, they got $100 discount on whatever package they currently was on. And I literally had one client who had a new referral every single month, and every month she got $100 off of her monthly bill. So it was a very good thing for her. And every single one of those clients signed a 6 month contract. So at the end of her 6 month contract, we had six new clients, six new 6 month clients. So it really worked. She got $600 off at the end of the day. We got six new clients. So it's a win-win for everyone. Make sure that you choose the right reward for the amount of work or effort you're asking your people to do. When I ask for referrals, I'm just like, hey, shoot them my way and I'll take care of the rest. I have a system that notes where referrals come from, and when they sign up, then we can just award the reward to them. You can also be a little bit more precise by creating something like an affiliate program, where people can have their own unique link, and the system will automatically tally, and then usually they get money in return, a commission on the sales that you have. And you can set that up in a lot of softwares as well. Make sure it's easy for customers to refer people to you, again using a link. And people are like, well, how do I refer somebody to you? I send them a quick link. Just share that link with them. And it usually has a couple of words with it. Or with the affiliate program, they have their own custom link that's theirs, and they can use it as much as they want. Make sure you follow up with the rewards promptly. If they send a referral to you, today, and the client pays, go ahead and get that reward to them, because you don't want to wait and possibly forget. Or, like, who wants it to take forever? They didn't take forever to get you your referral. Go ahead and give them their incentive. So that is all 10 strategies that we were going to talk about today. I hope that you found helpful, valuable information in what we talked about. And I will say this, because again, I taught you to have that call to action at the end. Well, my call to action for you today, the next step in your journey with the iRock family, is I want to chat with you. Because you just heard me speak for about an hour. Hope you enjoyed it. But I want to hear about you. I want to know more about your business. I want to know what your needs, struggles, challenges are currently, and what are your goals? Because I really believe that we can support you. And I think, just to let you know a little bit more about us, I really believe that the people who are right for us are small business owners, like I said before, coaches, consultants, speakers, or authors who are passionate about their business and are committed to achieving their goals. If that sounds like you, then you should be scanning that QR code now to go ahead and set that meeting up. If you're a business owner who is struggling to monetize your passion and need help with gaining clarity on your offer, finding and engaging with your target audience, or confidently implementing your marketing or sales strategies or lack thereof, then this is something you need to take advantage of. It's completely free. If you're an entrepreneur who wants to live life on your own terms and are willing to put in the work, let me say that again, put in the work to make your dreams a reality, then this is something you don't want to skip on. If you're a business owner who is open to feedback and willing to make changes in order to achieve your goals, then you are also in the right place. And if you are a coach or consultant who is looking for a supportive coach who can provide personalized guidance and help you stay accountable with your goals while keeping your budget in mind, then again, I want you to go ahead and scan that code and schedule a meeting at your nearest convenience. Now, I'll be honest. I'm not for everybody. iRock Marketable Business Solution isn't for everybody. So if you are an individual who is not willing to put in work to achieve your goals, it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope you got some value out of the session. If you're a business owner who is not open to feedback, or you're very resistant to change or to trying new approaches, then again, this may not be the place for you. If you're an entrepreneur who is not committed to your business and you're not passionate about what it is that you do and who you serve, you're definitely probably not a rock star, and I'll be sad to see you go. If you're looking for a quick fix, a shortcut, if you're trying to just throw money and see if it works, then again, this is not going to be the place for you. We are about long term success. We're about putting in the work and having the ability to build legacy. If you're not willing to invest in your business and in your own personal development, then more than likely, this may not be the next step for you. You may want to dive into just the community and see what resources you can gain from there. As a certified business coach, I really aim to support at least, like I said, 100 small business owners to reach their goals this year. We're well on our way to doing that. I'm super excited. To be honest, we're going to outline who we work with, which are again coaches, consultants, speakers, and authors. We are a service based type of family. And I have had people who are like, hey, but I really want to work with you, even though I have a physical product. I don't mind. We can talk about it. But I just want to let you know the tools and the strategies and the trainings that we provide are geared towards that audience. So if you're ready to start implementing affordable strategies today in your business to start, run, and scale, I really would love to chat with you. Go ahead and book a call with me today, and I'll share customized recommendations during our call on how you can attract, nurture, and land paid clients through the know, like, and trust method. And guess what? You guys didn't even know we also have an amazing ARC framework that will take you to the next level. I hope you all enjoyed the session. And remember, guys, I rock, you rock, we all rock. I'll talk to you soon.